What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City transfer update, rolling out daily Manchester City transfer updates for you guys to enjoy. So please do subscribe. Also, don't forget social media links there in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. My email also in the description below, so if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries, leave a thumbs up as well if you do enjoy this video. Like goal, it's 300 likes, and also let me know your thoughts of what you made of these transfers. Lastly, this video, it's sponsored and it's brought to you by OneFootball.
This video is brought to you by OneFootball. If you want to download the OneFootball app, all you need to do is press the link at the top of my description, which will take you forward to where you can download this app. The OneFootball app is extremely useful if you are a huge football fan just like me. It provides you with the latest footballing news, transfer news, and the latest videos as well. It is one source of information of where I get my transfer news from. It also allows you to see the latest scores with what's happening in the footballing world. If you just click on a game, including any Manchester City game, it will not only bring up the latest team news, but it will also bring up the latest statistics and keep you up to date with everything happening in that game. If you want to download this app, all you need to do is press the link at the top of the description to stay up to date.
Thank you very much to OneFootball for sponsoring this video. If you want to go and stay up to date with all the latest football news, transfer news, including the latest Manchester City transfer news this winter, as well as all the latest scores, results, statistics, live league tables, what channel you can view the game on, live commentary, and all your good footballing needs, then go and download the free OneFootball app using my link at the top of my description. It does help to support the future content created here on my channel. Let's crack on with this video. We're going to start off with the outs, and we've got an update on James Trafford. Now, he is set to sign for Bolton Wanderers in League One after playing for Accrington Stanley in the first half of the season. He has been playing a little bit of a backup goalkeeper role as of late for Accrington Stanley. Made 11 appearances, conceding 26 times in League One with Accrington. It would be a loan move for him to go to Bolton too, and it is not very clear as to whether Trafford would be the first choice or whether he'd be back up at Bolton or not. That remains to be seen, but this is according to Dan Murphy at the MEN, which the loan move to Bolton is described as being close. Now, moving on to the ins, another day, another Brazilian player linked with Manchester City. This time, 21-year-old Abner Vinicius of Athletico Paranaese. I hope I've said their name correctly. I probably haven't. I do apologise for that. But he is a left back. I've never seen him play. I know very little about him, so I'm wondering if anyone has seen him play and does know a little bit about him. But apparently Manchester City, when they're looking at fullbacks, are eyeing a long-term left back. They're looking at young players that could come into Manchester City, give it 2 or 3 seasons, really develop themselves, and then take that left back position as their own, which is why we're getting linked with Abner Vinicius, who doesn't have an abundance of experience about him, but does have all the potential there that City could mould him into a promising top quality left back, and that's why we're getting linked. This is according to McGrath of the Telegraph, by the way, that we're being linked with Abner Vinicius. So like I said, I would like to know if you have seen him play, but I'm finding this very interesting now. This is 3 days in a row that City are getting linked with some promising young quality players from South America, from Brazil as well. I think City have got their scouts in Brazil right now and are having a really good look at the most promising South American football players coming from South America to try and bring them over to Europe and to Manchester City as well. There's no details about the move as to whether Abner Vinicius would, if he was signed by Manchester City, whether he'd stay in Brazil until the end of the season like we did with Gabriel Jesus when we signed him, or whether he'd come to Manchester City and he'd be in the first team squad, or he'd go into the EDS, or he'd be loaned to another club, or he'd go to another club in the CFG. Them details aren't out there. We're just getting linked with players left, right and centre, particularly when it comes to players from Brazil. So yeah, like I said, another day, another Brazilian young quality player being linked with Manchester City. Now, moving on, we have got an update on Denis Zakaria. Now, if you're a fan of Denis Zakaria and you want him to come to Manchester City, you're probably not going to like what I'm going to say. Now, Sport in Germany are reporting that Denis Zakaria, he is indeed wanted by Manchester United, not Manchester City. Man United, they want him now, not for free in the summer. Borussia Monchengladback want between 6 to 7 million euros for that transfer to be done now. Manchester United's manager, he's keen on him. Manchester United, they're keen on him as well. They are talking with the club, they're talking with the player, and they're talking with his representatives, and they want the deal done now. Manchester United have described these talks as good. However, Borussia Dortmund, Juventus and Liverpool, they're all interested in signing Denis Zakaria as well. Manchester City's name no longer being mentioned when it comes to Denis Zakaria. I think that's a great shame. I think he's a really good, cheap, easy transfer to have gotten done for Manchester City to replace Fernandinho in the summer when he does leave. I feel like City have hesitated here. They've got, well, they're basically saying we've got Fernandinho right now. We don't need to go after Denis Zakaria. It'd have been a nice tick of the box, really, to bring somebody else in and turn all of our full focus on to trying to sign our long-term Sergio Aguero replacement. Instead, City have kind of dragged their heels, and ahed, they've hesitated, and because of that, other clubs are making a move. Now, Fabrizio Romano has said in terms of Denis Zakaria that him to Manchester United, far from done. There is no agreement in place, but United are stepping up their movement for Denis Zakaria. They're stepping up their talks. Wouldn't surprise me at all if in the next few days we do get a development on that and United do end up going in for Denis Zakaria and maybe even submitting an offer for him as well. We'll see, but like I said, in terms of Denis Zakaria joining Manchester City, it probably hasn't looked further away than what it does right now. It looks, well, difficult for the transfers for City to get done. It looks like he may well be heading to Manchester United rather than to Manchester City. Anyway, moving on, we've got an update on Kingsley Coman. Now, he will not be joining Manchester City either. He signed a new contract with Bayern Munich after Manchester City, as I was reporting yesterday, had sent some inquiries out to his representatives who are his family. That's not happening. He signed a new 5-year contract with Bayern Munich, so Kingsley Coman to Manchester City is not happening. Now, moving on to the final transfer of this transfer update. Very interesting. I commented on it on Twitter yesterday, put in LOL. Comes in the form of Antonio Rudiger. Now, Chelsea are struggling to get him on a new contract. His contract is up in the summer. He's free right now to talk with foreign clubs outside of England to sign a pre-contract agreement. He cannot sign a pre-contract agreement with Manchester City, but Manchester City apparently are one of 4 clubs that could well sign Antonio Rudiger in the summer. This is all according to Damasio, who normally 9 times out of 10 is very reliable, but I'm just not sure on this transfer. We've got Ruben Diaz, John Stones, Aymeric Laporte and Nathan Ake, 4 top quality centre-backs. I don't see any of them 4 centre-backs leaving Manchester City either this winter or in the summer, unless one of them centre-backs expresses their interest to leave Manchester City. We have seen Aymeric Laporte previously express his interest at potentially leaving Manchester City. That was due to playing time and he couldn't get into the first team squad. With John Stones picking up some injuries, Aymeric Laporte has that first team squad nailed down for him. So I don't see him requesting to leave. I don't see anyone requesting to leave Manchester City that are playing as a centre-back. So I just don't see how we can fit Antonio Rudiger into our team. He won't fit our wage structure. Quite frankly, he's a very unlikable player as well. I'm just not too sure why City's name's been chucked out there. I mean, the only thing I can think of is, in terms of finances, it's great for his agent and his representatives to go to other clubs and say, Manchester City are interested, Manchester City are offering this. Because they've got lots of money, they're able to then get more money from another club. And that's what I think this is down to. I do not think Antonio Rudiger will join Manchester City. I would be very, very surprised if he does. Very surprised. I think our name's just been utilised here to try and get more money either from Chelsea or from another club for him to sign potentially a pre-contract agreement with. But I do not think Rudiger will become a Manchester City player. To me, doesn't really make sense. It means somebody would have to leave, and I don't see City going along them lines of trying to force that or make that happen. Our defensive line's very settled. Our centre-backs look very good. We've got 4 top quality centre-backs. We don't need Antonio Rudiger. We need to be turning our attention elsewhere. Would love to know your thoughts of that though in the comments below. So there we go, that has been the video. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy this video, leave a thumbs up so I know that you enjoyed this video. Like I said, aiming for 300 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, in particular Antonio Rudiger. What do you make of that? Let me know in the comments below. Subscribe as well if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. We're aiming now for 22k subscribers, less than 500 subs away, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Doing daily Manchester City transfer updates throughout all of the January winter transfer window, so if you want to stay up to date first and fast every single day with the latest Manchester City transfer news throughout the January transfer window, then do make sure you have subscribed with your notifications on to be notified immediately for when I do upload. Also, don't forget social media links, they're in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. My email also in the description below too. If you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries, do go and check out today's video sponsor, OneFootball. Link at the top of my description. Any downloads for the free OneFootball app does help to support the future content created here on my channel. It keeps these videos coming for you guys, so I would appreciate any interaction and any downloads through that link. That would be fantastic. Link is at the top of my description, and thank you to OneFootball once more for sponsoring this transfer update. COVID update for you guys. We're on to day 4 now. Not feeling as bad as what I was for the last few days, if I'm completely honest. My throat's gone a little bit drier, so I've got a very dry cough. Headache seems to have gone away. Temperature seems to have come down. I'm still feeling pretty tired. Definitely not 100%, but I would say better than the last few days. Still on the mend, still getting plenty of rest. I'm hoping that for this weekend we can get a couple of negative tests to release me and we'll be good to go as normal from next week and resume my life, basically, because it's very frustrating. I'll be completely honest. Being having to isolate and stay at home is frustrating. So yeah, there's my COVID update. I'll see you all again tomorrow for the next daily Manchester City transfer update. I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.